What if everything you thought you knew about cruise gratuities was a lie? Do you think you really know where your cruise tips go? After years working below deck, a former cabin steward is finally breaking his silence. He saw firsthand how the system is designed, the shocking truths hidden behind the scenes, and the secrets about automatic gratuities that cruise lines hope you never find out. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal 15 insider secrets that will completely change how you tip forever. If you skip even one of these, you could be throwing money away on your very next cruise. So let's get started. Secret number 1. It's not a tip, it's your cruise salary. The cruise line wants you to think of automatic gratuities as a bonus for excellent service. But they are not. They are the fixed amount of money the cruise line uses to pay its service staff. Without your automatic gratuities, many crew members would make a minimal wage or even nothing at all. Your payment isn't a bonus, it's a necessary part of our salary. Always assume your gratuities are paying for the service you're receiving, not rewarding exceptional service. On my first day as a steward, my manager sat me down and said, "Your salary is the gratuity. Your take-home pay is based entirely on that." It was a shock, but it explained everything. Secret number 2. The money doesn't go directly to the crew. The money you pay for automatic gratuities goes into a massive corporate fund. The cruise line then divides this money among the service crew, like the cabin stewards, waiters, and bartenders. Because the money is pooled, you have no say over who gets what. A great steward who works 16-hour days gets the same amount from the gratuity pool as a less motivated waiter. Assume the money you're paying is a blanket fee that's distributed based on the crew's job title, not on their performance. I worked a week where I went above and beyond for a passenger, and he was so happy he told my manager. My manager said, "That's great. It will help the team." I asked if I could get a raise and was told, "The team gets the gratuity, not you." Secret number 3. Hidden cruise costs. Have you ever wondered why your cruise fare seems so low? It's because the cruise line has removed the cost of labor from the initial price and hidden it in the gratuities. This allows them to advertise a lower price, which gets you to book. If your cruise fare of $1,000 was listed as $1,500 with labor included, you might have chosen a different cruise. When you are shopping for a cruise, always add the cost of automatic gratuities into the cruise fare to get the real price. Our marketing team once told us they were going to lower the cruise fare to attract more passengers. We asked if we would get paid less. The marketing manager laughed and said, "No, we'll just add the money to the gratuities." No one ever notices. Secret number 4. Some crew members get nothing. It's a common misconception that all crew members benefit from the gratuities. They don't. The money is distributed to a specific set of service crew members, like cabin stewards, waiters, and bartenders. The engineers, the maintenance staff, the cooks, and the cleaners get none of it. They rely on the generosity of the crew members who receive the gratuities. If you had an interaction with a crew member who made your trip better, like a cook at the buffet or a worker in the pool area, be sure to give them a cash tip. I was in the crew mess hall one night, and a cook from the kitchen came over and thanked me for the leftover food I gave him. He explained that his entire salary was from the cruise line, and he only got cash tips from other crew members. Secret number 5. Protect the cruise line, not you. The cruise line wants to make you think that the gratuities are for the crew's benefit. In reality, it's a strategy that protects the cruise line from lawsuits and labor law issues. By labeling the gratuities as a service fee, they can skirt minimum wage laws and avoid legal issues in different countries. It's a legal loophole that allows them to pay its crew less than a standard minimum wage. Understand that this is a corporate strategy, not a genuine way to reward good service. A lawyer from the cruise line's corporate office came down and gave us a lecture. He said, "This system protects the cruise line from lawsuits and gives the cruise line a legal advantage." We knew he was being honest, and we knew what he was really talking about. Now you know the basics, but this is where it gets interesting. These are the secrets that expose the deception behind the system. Secret number 6. We know if you opt out. On many cruise lines, you have the ability to remove your automatic gratuities. But if you do, your crew is immediately notified. Your name, your room number, and the note that you have opted out are all put into a database that is accessible to the crew. Don't opt out. It will cause awkward tension with your service crew. If you had a bad experience, you can go to guest services and complain. My boss came to my station one night and told me, Mr. Smith in room 227 has opted out of his gratuity. Be sure to avoid his room for the rest of his trip. I was shocked that he knew who it was, and it made me feel like I was being watched. Secret number 7. Prepaying gratuities helps the cruise line. Your cruise line encourages you to prepay your gratuities. It's a win for them, not a win for the crew. By paying your gratuities up front, you're giving the cruise line your money earlier and for a longer period of time. This gives the cruise line the ability to use that money to pay off its debts and invest in new projects. It also takes away your ability to make a change. Never prepay your gratuities. Wait until you get on the ship. That way, you can adjust the amount as you see fit. My manager told me that the CEO loves it when people prepay their gratuities. He said, "It's like a free loan for the company. We get their money before they even get on the ship." Secret number 8. Bad reviews directly impact a crew's pay. When you fill out a survey at the end of your trip and give the crew a bad rating, that negative review can impact a crew member's pay. A bad review can be tied to a crew member's performance, and if they get too many, they can lose their bonus from the gratuity pool or get fired. If you have a bad experience, go to guest services to complain instead of writing it in the survey. That way, you're not hurting the crew member's future pay. A steward on my team got a negative review from a passenger. He was furious and told me, "I can't believe I lost my bonus because of one bad review." He was a great worker, but one bad review cost him. Secret number 9. Gratuities are tied to sales. You might think waiters push expensive drinks and specialty dinners just to make more money. In reality, they are incentivized to sell you things because their gratuities are tied to their sales. The cruise line rewards crew who can get passengers to spend more money, and they tie this performance to their gratuity share. They want you to spend as much money as you can, and they use the promise of more money for the crew to make it happen. Be aware of this. Don't feel pressured to buy something you don't want. My manager told us, "If you get a guest to sign up for a specialty dinner, you'll get a bonus." We knew we were being incentivized to sell, but we also knew we were helping our take-home pay. Secret number 10. There's a reason the system is so complicated. The system is intentionally complicated. The cruise line wants you to feel confused and overwhelmed. It's a tactic that makes you feel like you have no control over the system. This makes you more likely to just pay the gratuities and not ask any questions. Take a moment to understand the system. Ask questions at guest services. A guest came up to me and asked me to explain the system. I tried my best, but she was so confused she just gave up. She told me, "It's so complicated. I'll just pay for it." Now that you know the secrets, here's how to become a pro and show the crew you care. Secret number 11. The best tips are given in cash. The cruise line wants you to pay for your gratuities with a credit card because it's easier for them to track and an interest-free loan for the company. But for the crew, it's a long, bureaucratic process to access that money. A credit card tip can take weeks to appear in our paychecks. Cash, on the other hand, bypasses the entire system. It goes directly to our pockets, and we can spend it immediately to buy things in port or send it home to our families. It's a direct transaction that has instant and tangible value for us. Always bring cash, in small bills, for tips. It's the most powerful way to say thank you and directly support the crew member who earned it. A couple gave me a $50 cash tip on a Friday night. They said, "This is for all your hard work." I had a port day the next morning, and I was able to use that money to buy a new pair of shoes for my son. That simple gesture meant more to me than $100 in my paycheck weeks from now. Secret number 12. Crews sometimes tip each other with your cash. Your kindness doesn't stop with one person. Behind the scenes, many crew members in laundry, galley, or maintenance never see a dime of the gratuity pool. When frontline staff like stewards or waiters get a cash tip, it's common for us to quietly share it with friends in those forgotten departments. It's our way of looking out for each other, because without them, the ship doesn't run. In other words, your single $20 bill could ripple through multiple lives below deck. When you hand over cash, know you're not just rewarding the smiling steward who cleans your room. You're indirectly helping the hidden workers who never meet passengers but make your trip possible. I once received a $100 tip from a family on their last night. That evening, I went to the galley and gave $20 to a cook from my hometown. His eyes filled with tears. He told me his wife back home was sick and needed medicine. That family never met him, but their generosity reached him. Your kindness goes further than you'll ever see. Secret number 13. The insider's timing hack. Timing is everything. For the crew, the most meaningful tips come on the last day, not at the beginning. Why? Because it feels like a true thank you, a reward after the full week of service, and we don't have to worry about any complaints erasing it later. That final morning cash feels like a bonus paycheck dropped right into our hands before we go home or into the next contract stretch. It changes our mood instantly. Give your cash tip in an envelope on the final night or morning of your cruise. It signals respect, gratitude, and a sense of closure, and it ensures the money stays safe with us. A family gave me $200 on disembarkation day. I'd been running on fumes after a 7-day stretch of 14-hour shifts. That envelope let me buy a laptop for my son back home. I'll never forget it. To me, it wasn't just money. It was a lifeline delivered at the perfect moment. Secret number 14. Your kindness is never forgotten. We see thousands of faces every contract, but the ones we remember are those who show genuine kindness. It's not just about money. It's about humanity. A smile, a handshake, or a short note can carry us through months away from home. The crew talk about these gestures in the mess hall long after the guests have gone. They become stories we retell, memories that fuel us on exhausting days. Pair your tip with a handwritten note or even a personal word of gratitude. It makes your gesture unforgettable and creates a human bond. Once, a family left me a note with their tip. "Thank you for making our kids feel safe and special." I folded it and tucked it into my wallet. Years later, I still carry it. That scrap of paper has given me more strength than some paychecks. Small kindnesses echo longer than you realize. Secret number 15. You can't get in trouble for giving cash. One of the biggest myths at sea is that crew can be punished for accepting cash tips. That's not true. Cruise lines officially stay silent, but managers quietly encourage it. They know it boosts morale and reduces turnover. They just don't want it flaunted publicly because it exposes how reliant staff are on guest generosity. Behind closed doors, it's an open secret. Cash is king, and no one will ever be disciplined for it. Don't hesitate. Hand over that envelope or folded bill directly. It won't endanger the crew member. In fact, it's the most secure, impactful way to ensure your appreciation reaches the person you intended. A manager once told me bluntly, "If a guest gives you cash, just smile and say thank you." We all knew what he meant. Cash tips are untouchable. Guests who tip this way are remembered as legends because they gave us something no corporate pool ever could: direct, human gratitude. So there you have it, 15 cruise gratuity secrets the cruise lines hoped you'd never learn. Now you know exactly where your money really goes and how to make sure it reaches the crew who actually earn it. On your next cruise, don't just rely on the automatic system. Bring a little cash, hand it directly to the people who take care of you, and you'll change their day, maybe even their life. And here's the thing, these 15 secrets are only the beginning. There are even deeper truths about life below deck that most passengers will never hear. If you want more insider confessions straight from an ex-steward, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because the next video could change the way you cruise forever. Until next time, take care and happy cruising.